Hello, here's the news at this hour from Tstv. I'm Kende Durutilu. Here are some major headlines. Oyo NSCDC deploys 150 armed officers. Federal government plans new agency on recovered loot management. West African leaders urge civilian rule in Mali. And in sports, NEYMAR slammed with 2-game ban after the CLASSIQUE red card. The news in details. Oyo State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has deployed 150 armed officers to complement other security personnel drafted for the Edo governorship election scheduled for this Saturday, September 19, 2020. This was made known today by the State Commandant Iskilu Akinsoya while addressing the personnel before embarking on a journey to Edo State. Commandant Akinsoya advised officers from Oyo Command to be of good conduct, be ambassadors of their homes, and exhibit professionalism in discharging their duties during the election. He later enjoined the officers to synergize with all other security agencies and protect youth corps members, electoral officers, electoral materials, the citizens, and government properties. Staff members of all state-owned tertiary institutions in Oyo State under the auspices of Joint Action Committee (JAC) have charged Governor Seyi Makinde to commence the payment of the new minimum wage. They made the demand through a communique issued at the end of a meeting held at the Okegun Polytechnic, Shaki. In the same vein, they described as displeasurable the trend of fractional payment of salaries of staff members of Emmanuel Alayonde College of Education, Oyo. They demanded an investigation into the matter and reversal of payment mode of the staff, while also demanding an immediate implementation of the white paper reports at Addition Ikudoyin Polytechnic Erua and the Okeogun Polytechnic Shaki. Meanwhile, the Federal Executive Council has approved a bill to create an agency that will be saddled with the responsibility of managing proceeds of crimes in Nigeria. With yesterday's approval of the bill titled Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Agency Bill, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, SAN, was directed to transmit same to the National Assembly for the purpose of passing it into law. Malami disclosed this to State House correspondents at the end of the weekly meeting of the Council, presided over by the President Muhammadu Buhari. According to the Minister of Justice, the current situation in the country is that proceeds of crime are currently with multiple government agencies, stating that after the passage of the bill and the creation of the agency, the organization will be solely responsible for managing the proceeds of crimes in Nigeria. The Group Managing Director of Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Mr. Mele Kyari, had stated that the nation's 4 refineries with a combined capacity of 445,000 barrels per day are set for major rehabilitation. He explained that the refineries were shut down, having been starved of the mandatory routine turnaround maintenance (TAM), despite huge sums of money voted for such over the years. Kyari also explained that the NNPC has looked inwards and leveraged on local competence by appointing its engineering subsidiary for the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries in May. Noting that the NNPC management has also issued invitation to tender for the repair of Port Harcourt refinery and signed a $1.5 billion repayment deal that will see it selling crude oil to some trading companies in exchange for the prepaid money. According to him, the financing package known as Project Eagle is backed by the African Export-Import Bank. On the foreign scene, West African leaders have emphasized that Mali's junta should nominate civilian transitional leaders within days to lead the nation to its elections, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo said following a regional summit. 6 leaders from the West African Regional Economic Bloc, ECOWAS, met with Mali's junta in Ghana, whose president now serves as the bloc's new chairman. They agreed that the junta must install a civilian president and vice president. However, ECOWAS insisted that the transitional leaders must be civilians, rejecting the junta's suggestion that the leaders could come from the military, and has also called for the dissolution of the National Committee for the Salvation of the People as soon as the transitional government is in place. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has yesterday approved the release of another $1 billion in lending for Angola as its economy struggles with the COVID-19 downturn and global drop in crude prices. IMF said in a statement that the Washington-based crisis lender has also increased by $765 million the size of the 3-year aid program for the Southern African nation to help it deal with the pandemic's impact on the economy. Facing high debt levels and inflation, Angola, one of the largest producers of crude in Africa, reached an agreement with the IMF in December 2018 on a $3.7 billion extended fund facility. It has, however, reported that Angola has been hard hit by the slumping oil prices since the coronavirus pandemic hit, caused by a global slowdown in demand and a price war between major crude producers. To some sports news, Neymar has been banned for 2 matches following his red card for Paris Saint-Germain in their CLASSIQUE defeat to Marseille. PSG went down 1-0 to rivals Marseille last Sunday, but the match was marred by an incredible finale in which 5 players were dismissed. While Neymar, the world's most expensive player, was the last of those to see red after striking Alvaro Gonzalez on the back of the head. The results of a disciplinary tribunal were revealed yesterday, and Neymar has had a 3rd match added to his ban as a suspended sentence, while Layvin Kurzawa was handed a 6-game ban, with Leandro Paredes also out for just 2 fixtures. However, Angel Di Maria, who was the champion's star performer, has now been called up to face the disciplinary commission next Wednesday in relation to the Marseille game. Also, Olympique Marseille's Jordan Amavi was ruled out for 3 games, with Dario Benedetto facing just a 1-match suspension. Everton has made 3 splashes in the transfer market recently, luring Allen, Abdoulaye Doucouré and James Rodriguez to Goodison Park. The Toffees impressed in their 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur last Sunday and will now be looking to kick on. However, manager Carlo Ancelotti may not want some more signings to come in yet, but Everton should first look to clear the decks with some sales. The Mirror reported that Everton are considering offloading a number of players, with Alex Iwobi and Italian striker Moise Kean tipped for exits. Everton is said to have paid £34 million to sign Iwobi from Arsenal last summer, but he failed to live up to the price tag last season. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Oyo NSCDC deploys 150 armed officers. Federal government plans new agency on recovered loot management. West African leaders urge civilian rule in Mali. And Neymar slammed with 2-game ban after the CLASSIQUE red card. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Obola Badikale. I'm Kendi Duratilu. Thanks for watching.